Hello. So this is the second free class. If you missed yesterday's free class, please go to one of my channels, YouTube channel, Facebook or Instagram, and it's the grounding practice. And so this will build off the grounding practice. And we're with my partner Fitzjoy and our cute little dog, Lady Joy. And so this is going to be a practice about opening up and getting your body moving, getting the front of the hips and the front of the thighs open. If you have props, great. If not, you'll make do, and you can use a wall space. All right, so here we go. So Fitzjoy, we're going to start in Virasana. Okay, so do me a favor, just come up a little bit and take as many blocks as you need. How's your knee? Can you start in Virasana?
High block.
Do you want another block?
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So I think it's always good to have a man demo. And so you can, like I said, as we go through the practice, just modify what you need. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen through the back of the skull so the neck is long. And just take a moment to meditate, get quiet, listening to the sounds outside. Even though we're all stuck at home, it's actually very quiet. So see if you can begin to tap into that quietness. And then very slowly, just start to deepen your breath. So deepen the inhale and spread the area right along the collarbones. As you exhale, ground. Take the exhalation all the way down into the pelvic floor where the sit bones are. And then just continue to gradually deepen your breath, nothing forceful. So just easing your way into this practice today, and also creating an anchor through your breath and your body to help ease your mind. And even if you just find stillness for a little bit during this practice, a little bit goes a long way. Now let's start to move into the sound of Ujjayi. So lightly contract the base of your throat. And the sound of the breath, it sounds like a whisper. It helps to keep you calm, create that inner focus that leads to inner stability. So we'll take 5 more cycles of breath, continuing to relax the corners of your eyes, allowing the eyes themselves to move towards the back of the skull. And as you deepen your breath, begin to pause and spread at the top of the collarbones. Exhale, take it down vertically and continue to lift the lower belly, getting longer as you exhale. 3 more seconds. You can tap into your inner space right now. Very gently open your eyes. Okay, begin by interlacing your fingers, reach the arms forward, and then inhale, slowly take the arms all the way up. Good. And just giving yourself a big stretch here. Press the tops of the feet down, press the buttock bones down, and as you inhale, grow the torso out of the pelvis. Good. Firm your outer upper arms in. Find the middle of your sitting bones as well too. So there's a gentle lift in the abdomen. Okay, go ahead and separate the palms. Turn the palms parallel. Soften the front ribs. And then lift your back ribs. That's it. So your back waist, the area around the sacrum and the thoracic becomes long. Now spin your outer upper arms to our pull. Let's spin your outer upper arms away from your face. Continue to straighten the arms as much as you can, reaching strong through the fingertips. All right, and then very slowly, exhale, bring the arms forward and all the way down. Good. All right, so we're gonna, if you have a block at home, it's great. If not, you can grab a book. We'll put the block to the outside of the right thigh. And then Fitzjoy, inhale, lift your left arm up slowly. Good. Inhale. And then place your right hand to the block, fingers facing away from you. And exhale, go ahead, slowly lean over to the right arm. And bend your right elbow a little bit. Roll your right shoulder away from your ear. And try not to twist in this lateral bend. Instead, straighten the left arm as much as you can and anchor the left buttock. Good. Taking a deep breath in. And then slowly, when you're ready, come all the way up. Inhale. And place both hands back on your lap and pulse. Good. Inhale. Take your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling, the sky. Good. Slowly take the arm over your ear, leaning onto, bend the left elbow, leaning on the left arm. Good. And then roll the left shoulder away from you. Find your breath. Continue to anchor through your right buttock bone. That's it. Stretch that top arm even more. These side bends are so good for the breath. Pressing into your buttock bones. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Both arms up for a moment. Extend. And then go ahead, exhale. Slowly release and place the hands on the left. Good. All right, now let's slowly, come off the block. And then come onto your hands and knees. And move the block to the side. All right, and so just taking a moment to establish center. Spread the fingers, keep the head over the hips. And then inhale, look up and lengthen. We're gonna take some cat and cows. Exhale, chin to chest, go the other way. Okay, take 3 more on your own. So moving your spine, this is a great prelude for the sun salutations. Okay, so it's a very mini back bend as you inhale. And as you exhale, it resembles a forward bend, emptying the breath. Really feel that hollowing of the belly. The last 2, inhale. Exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift your hips, and come into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, so take a moment to pedal your feet, shift around from side to side. Just once again, just feeling your body. Practice of yoga helps us develop a relationship with our body. It helps us to listen a little deeper. All right, and then go ahead and root. Spread the fingers wide. Okay, let's inhale, lift up high onto your tiptoes. Good. And then look forward between your hands and try to pull the mat apart so you spread the collarbones and inner shoulders. And at the same time, firm your outer upper arms in. Okay, lift your hips a little bit more. And then slowly, keeping the collarbones wide, exhale, press the heels down. Relax your head and come back into downward dog. Good. And then look at your feet. Turn the inner heels out slightly. So you want to create what's called an active arch. So spread your toes wide. Lift all 10 toes off the floor. Trying to pull up strong through the inner ankle, inner knee, all the way up and through the inner groins. And then relax the toes. Keep pressing the heels down. And take the inner groins back. That's it. And at the same time, take your outer hips back and firm them into the midline. Okay, now keep your breath slow and steady. And as you exhale, lift the front of the pelvic bones up. We'll be working with this today as a way to really start to open the front of the pelvis. Good, one more breath, just let the head hang. All right, now very slowly walk your hands halfway back until your feet are on the floor. Bend your knees. Good, and come up to your fingertips. Now just staying in this Ardha Uttanasana position. Continue to let your head just dangle. All right, bend your knees and lift the belly of the hamstrings up so you can feel the front of the pelvis tip forward more. Now look between the hands, same thing. Draw the chest forward, draw the abdomen forward, lift the abdomen off the legs, and then exhale. Keep your hands there, release your head, and try to keep the extension through the front body. Deepen your breath. It's all about the breath. walk your hands all the way back. Good. Staying on your fingertips, keep your knees bent. Inhale, look up, pull the shoulders away from the ears a little more. And then good, Fitzjoy, exhale, fold. Okay, so we will be working with the strap today. So whether you have a strap or a buckle, have it handy. And go ahead and interlace your hands and reach your arms overhead. Okay? Now, for Fitzjoy, and if your shoulders are tighter, go ahead and hold the strap, separate the hands a little, and take the arms overhead. Okay? Good. Try to pull the shoulder heads off the chest. So if you have the strap or even the clasp, think of pulling the fingers or the belt apart. And then micro bend the elbows slightly and take the shoulders off the chest. Drop your head. Good, come on. Come on. And then go ahead and very slowly, staying in Uttanasana, release your hands. And just let everything dangle, and I'll take the strap. Let your shoulders drop. Good. Let your head release. Just taking this time to compose. Let go. And then inhale, hands to hips. And very slowly come all the way up to stand. Alright, so let's slowly walk to the top of your mat. And come into Tadasana, Samasthiti. So you're welcome to stand with your feet hip distance apart. Some people prefer, like myself, to join them together. Find the corners of the feet. Good, and as you press through the feet, lift all four sides of the torso evenly. Take the inner arms back slightly and lift the crown of the head. Move into the sound of the breath. And very slowly, inhale, raise the arms all the way up. A little ecstatic. And then exhale, fold forward. Bending the knees, and he has blocks there. If you can't touch the floor, put the hands on the blocks. Now try to keep the hands where they are. Inhale, look up. Ardha Uttanasana, sternum forward. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Rising up, pressing through your feet, get long. And Samasthiti Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. So shift the weight forward into the front feet. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. So you can bend the knees. Inhale, rise to stand. All the way up. Keep lifting. And Samasthiti Tadasana. Okay, adding up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, heart forward, chest forward. Step your right leg back, so you're in a nice high lunge. Okay, slide your right foot back a little bit more, so your knee tracks over the ankle. Okay, now put your right knee on the floor, point your right foot, and pause for a moment leaning forward. So move your buttocks forward, now pull your left femur in the hip socket. Press strong through your left heel. Inhale, come all the way up, arms raised. Good, press solid through your front heel to get stable. And exhale, hands on the floor. Okay, now stay low, straighten your back leg, and lift through your right inner leg. Slowly inhale, step to plank, and pause and plank. Okay, such an important posture, plank. All right, so we find our center here. Head forward, head over the hips, lift the lower belly, lift your legs. And then slowly exhale, chaturanga. Point your feet and take a baby cobra. So all 10 toes on the floor. Elbows are in. Good. Try not to grip your buttocks. Relax the butt. Strong legs. And exhale, release. Curl your toes. Lift the top of the thighs. Exhale, plank. Use your legs straight from your midline. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, and then do your best you can with the wall. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Good. Exhale, step it through. And same thing, lower the back knee. Pause here. So keep your hands on the floor. Move the buttocks forward. Now contract the hamstring. Pull your front thigh back. Good. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. All right, so continue to press strong through your heel. Lift the abdomen off the leg. Breathe. And exhale, hands on the floor, hands on the floor. Straighten your back leg and continue to reach the heel away from you. Chin, chest forward. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to stand. All the way up. Lift. And Samasthiti. Good. Okay, so adding on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up, looking up, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step your left foot back. Big step. All right, now same thing, lower the back knee, point the foot. Inhale, raise the arms. Okay, now scissor the inner thighs together so the hips firm in. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, pull on the wrist. Exhale, gently lean to your right. So continue to find the center of the front heel, firm your right hip in, lean your chest back a little. Good. Inhale, come right back up to vertical. Separate the hands, palms parallel. And exhale, hands on the floor. Good. Okay, straighten your back leg. Strongly lift the front thigh. Inhale, plank. Keep the abdomen lifting. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down. Point your feet. Inhale, baby cobra. All 10 toes flat. Pinky toes flat. Inhale, upward dog if you're ready. Straighten the arms, lift. Roll over the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Okay, inhale, left leg up. So just take your time. Stay on your breath. Exhale, step it through. Same thing. Lower the back knee. Hug your front hip in. Inhale, come all the way up. So as you come up, descend the front thigh. Ascend your abdomen. Lift the arms a little more. Good. Hold your right wrist and then slowly inhale, lean over to the left side. Good. Revolving your right chest back and pinning your front hip in. So it's important to stay focused on pressing the front heel down. And then inhale, slowly come up, separate the hands, lift. Very good. Exhale, hands on the floor. Stay low, lift the back thigh. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. All the breath empties. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, rising, and Samasthiti, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, empty the breath. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Step to plank and pause. Okay, so find your breath. All 10 fingers strongly rooting down. Activate your legs. Exhale, chaturanga. And let's lower down. Inhale, cobra. Go slow. Shoulders back. All 10 toes flat. Inhale, upward dog. Good. Straighten your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's it. Okay, so once again, even your breath out. Lift the abdomen so the sides of the waist are strongly hugging in so you fill up the lower back. The lower back is lifting up. Is that right? Is the lower back lifting up? Good. Now inhale, lift up onto the tiptoes. Face of the exhale, jumper step to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, straight up, and Samasthiti Tadasana. Okay? All right, Fitzjoy, go ahead and put the block between your thighs, put it long ways. Okay, and so if you don't have a block, just imagine you do. Inhale, take the arms up. So Urdhva Hastasana. It just simply means standing with your arms up. Okay, now find your breath, and same thing, draw the abdomen back so you're able to lift through your upper back a little bit more. Good, good, good. Okay, now slowly exhale. Bend your knees and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. All right, now as you're coming into chair pose, squeeze the block with the outer thighs, okay? Lift your toes up, move the weight back into the heels, so the center of the heels ground down, outer hips are hugging the block. Good, now the inner thighs, the block goes down as the abdomen torso goes up. All right, now try to stay with this. Slowly put the hands on the floor, and then straighten the legs, squeezing, hugging the blocks. Okay, grab your big toes with the middle and index finger. Padangusthasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. All right, so hook your thumb around your index finger. So you want to create a seal, a mudra, and then bend the elbows. Good. So it's active, okay? And the mound of the big toe is pressing down, it's grounded. Good. Your breath is audible. She loves this position. Your breath is audible. And as you exhale, see if you can notice how the abdomen releases downwards. It recedes like a waterfall. It goes to the chest. That's it. Good. Good straight. One more breath here. And then slowly inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to hips. And press through your feet. Inhale, come up to stand. And slowly take the block out and put the block between your feet. So put it flat between your feet. And then take a step back, okay? And we're gonna take tree pose on the block. So first, step on the block with your right foot and put your hands on your hips. Good, now flex your left foot. So we did a little bit of this work yesterday. Pull the inner thighs up and firm your outer hips in as if that block were still there. Good, now let's take the left heel up into Vrikshasana, tree pose. Okay? So we're focusing on your standing leg and the grounding of the outer hip. Try to pin the right big toe down. Good. Point your hip bones forward. Minimize the need to back bend by lifting the navel strongly. And when you're ready, slowly raise the arms. So coming back to this Urdhva Hastasana position. Good. You have to focus a little bit more on the block. Continue to go into your roots, go into your base. So for energy to rise, we have to understand where our base is. Press down through the mound of the big toe. And for a lot of us, firming the outer ankle bone in, and let that translate to the outer right hip. Okay, good. Strongly press the heel into your standing leg. Nice job. One more breath here. And then put the hands on the hips. Okay, straighten your leg. Keep lifting the left heel. And then go ahead and slowly parallel the legs. And step off the block and come back to your center. Come back to Tadasana. I always like to regroup before the other side. And switch sides. Okay, so step on the block with your left foot. Good. Put your hands on your hips for a moment and activate the inner and outer thigh muscles. So the upper inner thighs are rolling back slightly. And the tailbone, it moves down, but for a lot of us bendy people, think of it going in. Lift the abdomen. Take your right leg all the way up, so Vrikshasana. Okay, same thing, other side. It's an airplane. Good. Okay, now keep your drishti, keep your focus. Level the buttock bone, so let that right buttock bone drop to the floor. Let it roll under the body, keeping the top of the left thigh bone pressing straight back. And find the inside of the foot. Okay, slowly, when you're ready, inhale, take the arms up. Good, so lifting all four sides of the torso, lifting the lower part of the navel. Good, moving the tailbone down and in like there's a weight on it. And connect to that standing leg for grounding. And as you press through the ball of your left foot, grow, lift, extend. And then bring the hands towards your hips. Take a moment, and when you're ready, straighten your right leg. Good. Bring the legs so they're parallel to each other, still standing on the blocks, lifting from the pelvic floor upwards, and step off the block. Okay? All right, nice. Now, go ahead and we're gonna move to the wall. So I'm gonna put the puppy down, all right? And we're gonna take triangle pose. So put your left foot at the wall, open your feet really wide, and face the side. And go ahead and just start with your feet parallel. Yeah, start with your feet parallel. I always like to start with parallel so you can rotate the leg. Okay, now turn the left toes in, heel out, and from the hip, rotate the right leg towards the pool. Good. Okay, so continue to push into the back wall with your left foot, with your inner ankle bone. Okay, so the upper left, the inner thigh goes back slightly. All right, spread the arms. And when you're ready, slowly exhale. Reach out and cut this right hip in as much as you can and place the fingers on the block. Good. Okay, so just like we were doing on the block, continue to pin the inside of your front foot down. All right, so that translates, if we're on the outside of our feet, it translates into sticking the right buttock out. So pull the right buttock towards the left inner thigh. Okay, so your front thigh muscles should be lifting strongly. And as he presses the top of the right thigh back, the abdomen strongly lifts towards his head, and then he turns the chest up towards the sky. All right, now continue to push your left femur straight back without losing any of that work in that front thigh. Good. And then pressing into your back foot, inhale, slowly come all the way up. Good, turn the feet parallel. Go ahead and step your feet together and bring your hands to your hips. Good. All right, switch sides, so triangle pose. Okay. So I'm keeping these classes very accessible. If you want to take a vinyasa between to keep the heat up, you're welcome. Okay. All right, turn your right toes in, heel out, and spin your left leg out. Good. Turn your right toes in a little bit more, they're still not turned in. That's it. Now straighten both legs. Inhale, lift your arms. Okay, lift the front thigh muscle, and then exhale. So from the top of the thigh, go ahead and press. Now at the same time, keep your outer right hip firm and put the hand on the block. Good. All right, and settle into the pose. Good. So hit the front ribs in. So continue to move into the sound of the breath, especially if you're a little tight. You know, stress makes the body tight. Use the breath to help alleviate that, to release that. So pin the inside of your front foot down from the outer ankle bone through the outer knee. There's a strong lift, okay? And then the left buttock, it pulls to your right inner thigh. So we're trying to make space at the top of this insertion and lift the frontal hip bones up. Lift deep in the abdominals. Now try not to hang out on your right leg. So press the right thigh straight back. And then firm your right hip in. Good. Now grow the torso. You're almost there. And then slowly inhale. Come all the way up. Good. Now turn your feet parallel and bring your hands to your hips. In Fitzjoy, step back a little bit. We're going to take a forward bend. Okay, so you're not in the plants. All right. Reach behind. Hold the strap again. Prasarita Padottanasana seat. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, fold forward. All right, good. So folding forward, let the head dangle. So I always say before you open the front body, you want to open the back body. Hamstrings, if they're tight, it's also going to tighten the upper back. So bend the knees if you need, so you can release the shoulders. Pull the shoulders away from the chest. Okay, keep your outer hips compact and firming in. That's it. Good. You're such a star. And then when you're ready, slowly inhale, come all the way up, press your feet down, and hands to your hips. Good, now step your feet together and keep facing this way. So we're gonna go into Uttita Parsvakonasana and continue to work the side body and also stabilizing the front knee. Okay, so Fitzjoy, what we're gonna do is you're gonna put your right foot so it faces forward, put the right knee, we'll start in Warrior 2, and then we'll go into extended side angle. Okay. So the block is long ways at the front part of the knee, okay? And then you'll step your foot back until you're in a Vira 2. Now take a moment to find Virabhadrasana 2. Good, let me get you another block. All right, nice. So the block on your knee will help you learn how to firm the hip in, okay? Angle the back foot as much as you need, all right? So your left inner leg is lifting strongly up. Good, now exhale, reach out. Good, you can see it's keeping this knee tracking in the hip. Put the hand on the block. It's keeping that hip externally rotated. Right here, I have a block. Okay, now ground the back foot, push into the pinky toe, turn and revolve the chest, and then actually put the left hand at the wall. And try to take the hand back closer to your ear. Good, now push into the wall. Reach your head to the wall, shoulders away from the ears, and now ground the back foot. So a lot of times we're using the props in the wall to move resistance, to move this muscle tension. All right, now keep pressing the left thigh back. Good. Lift your abdomen up and you make it a mild twist, okay? That's it. Keep your head over your hips, so don't drop the crown of the head. Push into that front heel. You're almost there. And now look down at your knee, press into the heel, inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Very good. Now hold the block, or if you have a teacher like me, I'll hold the block. Straighten your front leg and turn your feet parallel. Good job. Did you feel that in the side body? Okay, step your feet together and switch sides. right. You feeling that psoas? I know, it's crazy how tight the psoas gets. Ugh. Are you feeling your psoas? Mwah. Okay, so come into Vera 2 on the other side. All right, now activate the back foot. So take a couple breaths in Warrior 2 and see what needs to be activated. So lift the inner ankle bone. Try not to square the hip. Roll the upper inner groin back. Okay, open your arms and do square the chest. So you can see like this hip is so much tighter. And so he has to work harder. Drive the heel down and continue to roll that left buttock under your body. Now notice the twist, turning the right chest back. Good. Exhale, reach out, put the hand to the block. And take a moment with your arm up for a moment so it's stacked. Roll the chest back. Lift your belly. Press the right femur back. And then inhale, take the arm over your knee. Good. All right, so you can use the wall to gain traction. All right, and then press and ground the pinky toe side of your back foot. So push into the knee. Try to press your right thigh straight. Good. Now as you roll your left hip under, continue to turn your right chest up to the ceiling and take your inhalation all along the side body. Good. 3 more breaths. Deepen the breath so you get into those spots, those inner edges. Keep pulling that left shin bone back. Good. Watch your head. 1 more breath here. Inhale, lift your top arm up. Good. Look at your front foot. And slowly inhale, come all the way up. I'll take the block, straighten your front leg. Good, now turn your feet parallel and then bring your hands to your hips. That's it. Inhale, lift your chin. Okay, or actually we'll just step the feet together. All right, Fisher, we're gonna go into Parshvottanasana now. So put your left foot at the wall and turn and face the front of the room, okay? So your back foot, and we'll take the 2 blocks and put the blocks right here. Your back foot, if this was a clock, it would be a 2 o'clock angle. All right, so we're not trying to face the front of the mat with the foot. Lift through the inner leg. It's the inner leg that rolls the back hip forward. Okay, keep pinning the inside of the foot down. Inhale, spread the arms. Good. And then come into reverse namaste. That's it. Try to get your hands all the way up there. Now press, same thing, your left thigh back. Good. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, fold halfway forward, halfway forward. All right, now look towards your right big toe. Pin the inside of the foot down. So you want to get stable first. Now lift the right kneecap. And just like we did in triangle pose, take the right thigh back and lift the abdomen up and over, and begin to notice the twisting action here. We are going to twist soon. Okay, so the shoulders are up, away from the ears. Good, and you're rolling the whole left side of your body forward as you pull and draw the right side of the body back. That's it. Lengthen the back of the neck by slightly drawing the chin towards the chest so your throat is soft. And then put your hands on the blocks. Okay? Or stay on your fingertips at home. Okay, now inhale, look forward, look to the pool. Move your upper back into the chest. Good. All right, we're going to keep the left hand where it is. Put your right hand on your hip. Now pull the right hip back. Good. Keep your left arm straight. And then exhale, turn the left ribs to the floor. Keep your right hand on your hip. Now as you're turning, notice if you lost weight on the back leg. So press the left foot into the wall. Press the top of the left thigh straight back. See if you can turn your left ribs towards your right thigh. And then for the last 5 breaths, let's take the right arm up to the ceiling. Good. Or the sky if you're outside. Now, if you have a hard time turning, keep your hand on your hip. Okay, so you want to try to keep your arms stacked. Find your breath. Move the left ribs towards your right thigh. Reach your right arm up, up, up. Exhale, look down. Put the hands on the blocks. And then walk your blocks a little bit more forward. Good. Now keeping your hands on the blocks, notice the twisting action that comes from activating the left inner thigh, pulling it up, and turning the left waist towards your right thigh. How are you doing? 1 more breath here. And then inhale, hands to hips. Press into your back foot, slowly come up to stand. And step your feet together, come into Uttanasana. Good job, Fitzjoy. My little baby right here. Okay, go ahead and switch sides. So step your opposite foot back. Good, and angle the back foot. Okay, so your heel is spun in, the toes turn in a little bit, spun out, pardon me. Good, he sets the blocks up. It's very meticulous, Fitzgerald. And then inhale, spread the arms. Come into reverse namaste. Good. Inhale, lift the chest when you're ready, palms together, lift. And then exhale, fold forward. So as you're folding, your front thigh descends, it pulls back. Good. Keep pulling the left buttock, the left hip back. Now activate your right inner thigh. So it's a little bit of a balancing pose, okay? So your inner arch and your inner leg are lifted in the back foot. Keep rolling that right inner thigh so it helps to draw the outer thigh forward. Yeah, and then find your center. So try to pull weight off the left leg by rolling the right side of the body forward. Now looking forward from the chest more than the chin. Keep the chin slightly level. Okay, reach the crown of the head forward. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Nice. So one more breath here. And then put the hands on the blocks. Okay, and then he's going to straighten the arms and lengthen, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, moving the upper back in. Now put your left hand on the hip, and with your own hand, pull the left hip back as you lengthen the chest forward. So get long first, and then start to twist. Roll the right ribs down to the floor. Good. Keep pulling the left hip back. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly, take your left arm up. But what's driving the pose is the right arm. So turn the right ribs down to the floor. Bring your right chest to me. Bring your head a little bit more over the pelvis. Keep pressing into your feet. You're almost there. Breathe. And exhale, release. Good job. Okay, now walk your blocks a little bit forward. Good. Inhale, look up, pull the chest forward. And exhale, fold, just gently folding. And then continue to notice that twisting action, okay? So we're trying to activate the abdominals here. That's it. Good. Walk your hands just a little bit more forward. So try to keep your front body long. And then slowly inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to hips. Press your feet down. And inhale, come up. Good. And then go ahead and step your feet together. All right, nice. Are things waking up? Ooh. All right, so we're going to do Virabhadrasana 1 at the wall. So go ahead and fix joint, turn around, and we'll show you how to do this at home. Okay? And face the wall with your right foot. And put the block at your knee like you did for Virabhadrasana 1. So turn around and completely face the wall. Good. Put the block long ways. Okay, so just like Parshvottanasana. And step your left leg back a lot. And put your hands up at the wall. Now, draw your arms up a little bit more. And now drop your chest. Hold the very part of the upper wall. Good. So right here, this is great. Right, I'm going to put you down. Now, from here, make sure you can really angle that back foot. So the pinky toe side of the foot is flat, and then begin to lift the inseam of the leg. All right, so you can see his psoas is very tight. That's why his hip is open. So as he pushes into the block, it stabilizes the front hip. Keep rolling that right hip forward. Excuse me, whatever leg is back, he's on his left leg. But roll that right inner thigh to your outer thigh. That's the back leg. Now lift the lowest part of the abdominals up. So you lift the front part of the hips. And then from here, twist, right ribs down. Okay, now walk your hands down the wall until the shoulders and the arms stack. So it's like you're in plank pose. Now keep pressing the top of the right thigh straight, but more importantly, lift the inner arch. Lift the abdomen, find the twist, turn your right ribs forward. Now press strong through both feet. And inhale, slowly bring your arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Good job. And when you get here, stay here for a few more breaths. Find the breath and notice where your work is, okay? Do you need to work the inner leg more? Lift the abdomen more? And if you're already there, you'll find the twist. And then very slowly, put the hands on the hips. Good. I'll take the block and slowly straighten your leg, feet parallel. Good job. And go ahead and switch sides, okay? Nice. go a little wider than your heels. And that goes for everybody. If you're a little tighter in your hips, especially if you're super athletic, and any lower back problems, go a little wider than your heels. Okay, that's it. Make sure your back foot's on an angle. And the hands are lifted, and the front of the body is tilted forward. And so it's a little easier to square the hips when your body's tilted forward. And bring your arms all the way up, and drop your torso. Okay, so these standing poses I'm a big fan on because they're very grounding, and this is exactly what we need to do right now. Press the pinky toe side of the foot down. Good. Continue to activate the inner leg. Okay. A lot of us, the inner legs are a mystery. Now rotate your right hip forward or your back hip, okay? And as you push into the block, pin your front hip in. All right, now activate the abdominals where my hands are, lift. And then from here, continue to find the twisting action. All right, now really feeling your back leg, bring the hands down the wall, lift your upper body and come into this plank position. Okay, and then drive the back heel further into the ground. Good. See if you can actually lift the toes and activate the inner thigh. Now from here, and if you're a little tight in that front hip, keep your body slightly forward. Turn the back hip forward. Lift the waist. Turn the waist. Feel the twist happening like you did in twisting triangle. Good. And then pressing evenly through your feet. Inhale. Raise the arms. That's it. Raise the abdominals and lift all four sides of the torso. 2 more breaths. Stay grounded in your legs. And now slowly take the block. Hands to your hips. I got it. And straighten your legs. Good. All right. And then go ahead and turn your feet parallel and step to the top of the mat. Good. Okay, so we're going to continue to work the inner thighs. We'll need a strap. If you don't have a strap, you'll just make do. But the strap is on a small loop. Okay, so come to the top of the mat and find Tadasana. All right. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So ground the heels. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And exhale, step to plank. Okay, now pause and plank. Reduce your legs and slowly lower all the way down. So you're laying on your belly now. Okay, so I'm going to help him out. Bend your knees, Fitzroy, and I'm going to put the strap on the ankle bones, okay? I find this really therapeutic for the lower back. Straighten your legs and point your feet, okay? And you want the strap to be very tight. Now, press out against the strap and try to get all 10 toes on the floor. Put your thumbs on your upper buttocks. Thumbs on the upper buttocks. So this is the part of the butt a lot of us grip. It's okay to grip the bottom buttock, but not the upper buttock. That's where the piriformis is. Now, engage the pelvic wheel. Lift the lower abdomen up. Stretch your legs, straighten the inner knees as much as you can. Lift the top of the thighs. And then inhale, Shalabhasana. Lift your legs and lift your chest. Good. So the shoulders move up, okay? Keep your neck long, so slightly drop the chin. You want to be able to swallow. And focus on your legs. Press out against the strap. Good. Straighten your inner knees so you're less likely to squeeze the buttock. And try to get the outer hips to pin down. One more breath. Coil. And exhale, release. And just lay flat. Good. Good. Okay. So we'll take this again. So the action is to spin the inner thigh to the outer thigh, like Virabhadrasana 1. All right, one more time. Put the thumbs on the upper buttocks. Take an exhale, empty the breath, engage the navel. Inhale, lift from the front body. Lift the legs, lift the chest, pull the crown of the head forward. So try to keep the head over the pelvis. Now lift your abdomen up. Take the upper thighs away from the floor. Press out against the strap and roll the inner thigh to your outer thigh. Good. Now bring the hands in the cobra position and just gently coil a little bit more. Get long, go for length, and exhale, release. Turn the head to one side, relax your arms, and breathe. Good. Now bend your knees. Okay, I'm going to take the strap off, and you're going to have the 2 blocks on either side of your mat. And go ahead, straighten your legs, Fitzroy. All right, now put the blocks next to your ribs, bend your elbows, and put your hands on the blocks. So we're going to take upward dog with the hands on the blocks. And we're gearing into back bends now. Okay, so shoulders up as much as you can. all 10 toes flat. Starting in cobra with the elbows in, shoulders away from the ears. Drop your chin a little bit. Try not to crank the neck. And now inhale, straighten the arms and come into upward dog. Hips forward, good. Lift your legs, lift your chest. Roll over the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. And find your breath. Okay, good. Now come down to your knees. All right, so he knows this. My teacher, Mati, would always teach us, but it's a good work to open your upper back for back bends. So Fitzjoy, stand up and put the strap on your front thighs. And how you doing over here? More importantly, I'm just kidding. How are you doing? Aw, she's a little yoga puppy. Okay, and then when he has the strap on his upper thighs, it's, you know, it's hip distance apart, and it'll keep you from squeezing your butt. It'll help you lengthen your front thighs. Fitz, turn around and face the wall. She's here for moral support. And then put your hands all the way up the wall. Good. Okay, so a lot of times with the feet, they sickle, so I'm going to put the block between his feet. Okay, so for the first one, it's okay if we don't touch the feet. Just get the coiling of the upper back. All right, try to get the feet flat. Find your breath. Inner heels are slightly spreading, pinky toes grounded. Now lengthen here, buttocks down. Okay. Move the thoracic spine in. That's it. Even just hanging here, because it moves the front ribs back. Now from here, bring your hands into cobra position. Good. And then pull the shoulder heads off the chest. Shoulders back, away from the ears, and begin to coil. He actually does this really well. So as he coils, he keeps the chin level to the chest, the neck is long, and breathe up into the collarbones. Think of trying to peel the paint off the wall. Armpit, chest forward, shoulder blades moving into the back, shoulders away from the ears. Now let your hands leave the wall just for a moment and move the thoracic spine in. Press through your feet, and then inhale slowly from all the way up. Good. Very good. And have a seat on your heels. You made that look so easy. Was that easy?
Ow.
You did a very good job. Now we're going to just do it one more time. If you'd like to get 2 blocks, you can put them next to your feet, or a bolster or some pillows would help, okay? All right. In fact, we have some blankets here. All right, go ahead, Fitzjoy. Assume the position, okay? Now keep your hips at the wall, okay? All right, now go ahead and take the arms up. Good, and once again, front ribs back. Good, so you lengthen, here's your back waist. Right. Shin bones heavy. All right, now go ahead and inhale, begin to coil, lifting the upper back. Draw the hands down so they're close to your waist. Shoulders back, keep the neck long. So yeah, and then lift the top of the chest. Now, every time you inhale, move the thoracic in. Exhale, shoulders back away from the ears, elbows in. Outer hips to the wall. And just continue to coil. Get momentum through pressing the feet down. Good. Lifting the chest up. Now, if you like, reach your arms back. I'm right here. Turn the palms away from you. And there's a support for him to place the hands onto. Keep your hips at the wall. Pubic bone stays at the wall. Good, good, good. Now, press through your feet. Inhale, hands to hips. Lift the thoracic up. Use your legs, femurs back. Go ahead, inhale up. Oh, and have a seat. All right. Did you feel something? Is that what you felt? Okay, so go ahead and come into a downward dog. And you could just, when you come into down dog, just let the strap fall away. Okay? So I'm a big fan of clumping back bends together, because habitually we're so used to moving in the opposite way. Right? So really listen to yourself right now. Okay? Take your time, wiggle your hips if you need. Do you want me to help you with this? Okay. And then go ahead and come down to your knees. And I'm going to set up for bridge pose. So move over a moment so I can show them the setup. So working with the props is really useful, and I hope even if you're just sitting here you're watching this video, you learn how to work with the props. Most of us need yoga props, okay? So we're also moving into a wall shoulder stand, so working with the blankets is quite useful now. What happened to these blankets? Okay, well this will do. All right. Where did Fitzroy go? There you are. Okay, Fitz, so go ahead and lie down with your feet on the blocks and your shoulders on the blanket. Okay, is she okay?
Yep.
Curious puppy here. There she is. Do you need me to move this down a little bit for you? Alright, so we worked bridge yesterday and we're just going to do it a little different way to get more of an opening in the upper shoulders. Alright, it's going to be harder. Move your shoulders down so they're on the blanket. And that goes for everybody. Your shoulders want to be like a little bit away from the edge of the blanket. So move down a little bit more. No, go the other way to the full. A little bit more. A little bit more. Good. Now bend your elbows. Like this. Yeah, but put your hands, elbows like this. Yeah. All right, press the feet down. And then inhale, lift and come into bridge. All right, now just, stay here. And then everything that's on the ground, root down into it. Don't turn your head here. Keep the head straight, back of the head relaxed, press your shoulders down. All right, roll the right arm towards the midline, left arm towards the midline. Go ahead, like really tuck. Good. All right, inhale. Are you doing a yoga? Inhale, lift up high onto your tiptoes. Go ahead, up onto your tiptoes. That's it. You can walk back a little bit. Now breathe. Okay, take the heel of the hand on the outer hips and lift the outer hips up. Good. And see if you can walk your elbows under a little more. All right, now take your thumbs on the upper buttocks where they were and lengthen the upper buttocks. Keep breathing high up into your chest. Now stay here. Put the heels down, and you can even lift the toes and press the heels in towards the edge of the block to move the shin bones back, to move the chest towards the chin. One more big breath, and exhale release. Did you feel that?
Yes.
Did you feel like it released your neck? All right, so find your breath. We're going to do it again. Bend your elbows, same thing, nice long breath. And then inhale, lift, and come into bridge. Okay, so you follow the steps. Roll the upper arms in. If he's going right for the tailbone, which is fine, but you can use your thumbs to lift the base of the sacrum. So for a lot of us, it's the psoas that prevents us from putting the pelvis in a neutral position. Come up to the tiptoes. Now this time, interlace your hands and straighten the arms and roll the outer shoulders under a little bit more. Good. Keep the whole back body lifted. Once again, head stays straight, sides of the throat are relaxed. Now keep the outer hips up, put the heels down, lift the toes and press the heels against the back of the block. So your chest towards your chin, the upper back in, and exhale release. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing at the wall. So if you have any neck problems, shoulder stand is not for you, and this is a modified shoulder stand. Just do the pose we did yesterday. Go ahead and roll over to your right side, fixed joint, which is Viparita Karani at the wall. Legs up at the wall with the bolster. Now, we're going to take the blankets, and we're going to guesstimate, really depending on how long your torso is. He's quite tall, so I'd say right here. If you don't have blankets, fold your mat in threes and do the same thing. Go ahead, please. Sit sideways and bring your butt close to the wall. Good. And so if you have a strap, I do recommend using it. That's it. Okay, good. All right, see how tall he is? He could be a little bit, I can move the blankets a little bit more, but it is what it is. All right, now we're going to take the strap, and the strap will be shoulder distance, and we'll put the belt on the right arm. Is she giving you some real love? Now go ahead and reach your hands to the wall. You're going to help Daddy. Take a long exhale. And bend your knees and come into bridge at the wall. And see if you can scoot yourself in with your left. Good. All right, and right away, let's put the strap on both arms. Good. Benefits of having a yoga teacher here. Now, go ahead and roll your outer arms in. Really roll. So you want to spin your outer arms under the body. Get the inner arms to spin up. All right, and just lay here with the arms straight. Karate chop the floor. Come up to your tiptoes. And move your middle buttocks forward. Good. Can you get a little bit more on the blanket? Okay. All right, and then from here, interlace your hands and roll the shoulders under the body. Yeah, so it's a massive shoulder opener, shoulder stand. Okay? And stay on your tiptoes, so this way you're tracking the knee, the hip, and the shoulder ideally want to line up. Keep your head straight. Okay? Let your throat relax. Sometimes moving the chin a little bit away from the chest can help. It'll lift the C7. All right, now from here, put the hands on the back and climb the heel of the hand close to the upper back. So walk the skin of the shoulder blades up. Okay, now just take one leg up. Go slow. And continuing to track, so I'm going to move your leg back a little bit. Ankle, knee, hip, middle buttock, sacrum in. Good, good, good. Okay, switch sides. Okay, so just one at a time. Okay, so each day we'll go a little bit more. Lift up onto your tiptoe. Move this thigh bone back. Now keep this tracking. If you like, go ahead, take both legs up. But don't let the weight shift onto the elbows. So Salamba is to support. Move your hands in towards your back body. Move the shoulder blades in and up. Now take your thigh bones back. Reach the feet up as much as you can. So you want to get the weight to the upper shoulders. Good. Now put the feet on the wall. Good job. Straighten the arms. Interlace your hands. Now take the strap off. Okay, now very slowly, go ahead. Undo your hands and roll down. Come on, all right, take your time. Now, go ahead and scooch back away from the wall until you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, okay? And just keep scooching back until your hips are the only thing that's on the blanket. And bring the soles scooch back even more. Good. So just the buttock bone, tailbone on the blanket, and let your soles of the feet open up. Good. We are going to do some pranayama. I find shoulder stand is a great prep to open the chest for pranayama. So just let your belly relax. Breathe down into your belly. Let the groins relax. Let the front of the pelvis soften. It's very normal to have a lot of sensation coming out of this. All right, now slowly hold your outer thighs and just gently hug your knees together. And roll over to your right side. And very gently press yourself up. And you're going to sit on the blankets and take Baddha Konasana. And the soles of the feet together. Put your hands next to your hips. And lift up, okay? Lift up. All right, nice. So you can stay here. This is great. This is great work for the lower back. Keep pressing the feet together. If you have a table or a chair, you can hold that. If you have a partner, ask them to come over and hold my hands or my elbows. And inhale, lift. And exhale, I'm going to bring you forward. Just to ease the lower back. Okay, and make sure you're talking to them. Is that okay? Do you want me to walk a little bit more? Are you good? That's it. Keep pressing your feet together. Nice, deep, soothing breath. Good. So it's very normal when you come out of shoulder stand to have a lot of sensation in your lower back. This is a nice pose to ease it. And exhale, slowly release. All right, good. Now straighten your legs. And we're just going to take a very gentle Paschimottanasana. So open your feet so they're hip distance apart. Take the two blocks and just rest your head on the blocks and see if you can hold the feet. Good. Hold the sides of the feet if possible. Adjust the block so it supports the head. Do you want a pillow, Fitz? So this would be a replacement for couch. optional. If you have an extra prop, you can put a blanket at your belly if it's easy for you to fold forward. And same thing, just let the abdomen recede, let it move towards the lower back, and creating a gentle healing. More importantly, let the brain quiet. Let the breath slow down. So if you can find that very natural pause. So that's in, it's wired in us. We just have to tap into it. Good. And then go ahead and very slowly fits. Inhale, come all the way up and release. Okay, so go ahead and move the two blocks. Come off the blankets, and so we're going to end in a pranayama setup, okay? So the blankets are really useful. You can grab towels here. So one blanket is going to be folded in half like this, and this blanket is called a three-fold. So it goes 1, 2, 3, accordion folds, okay? And we take this blanket, scooch up a little, just a tad, and we put this, so your buttocks are on the ground, the blanket is at the base of the sacrum. Go ahead, fits. Lie down. And when you lie down, make sure that the head is higher than the chin. And you can see the way he's lying, he's nice and contained. So turn your palms up. Good. You can move the props out of the way. And roll the inner arm up to the ceiling or sky. Yeah, shoulder heads go down. Okay, now if you have an eye pillow, or in his case, he requests the sunglasses, put something on your eyes, darkness is nice. And go ahead and, as you close your eyes, take a deep breath in, deep long breath. Good. And then begin to just move into even breathing. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. With your exhales, ground your breath. Breathe down into the pelvis. Let the exhale be empty and pause for a moment before you take the next inhalation. A dog is going into a trance-like state. And then slowly breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just continue. Inhale slow, expanding, getting the breath into all 4 parts of the ribs. And exhale, take your time as you empty, letting the breath completely diminish. And then slowly inhale. And just staying with this more active breath, letting it build like a wave, like that wave-like feel. There's the top of the wave. And then exhale slowly. And that's where the wave dissolves. Good. 2 more times on your own. Let the eyes melt. Expression on the face, let it quiet. One more time. Empty all the breath and pause. Inhale 1/3. Inhale halfway. Inhale completely. Pause at the top. Hold. feel the pause. And then take 2 recovery breaths in and out. Nice and slow. Let your belly relax. Let the diaphragm relax. And then exhale completely, empty the breath. Inhale, slow, filling up. Hold at the top. Then exhale, let it go. Pause at inhale, 1/3 to the navel. Halfway to the side. All the way up into the upper back of the chest. Exhale, dissolve, empty the belly. Breathing in and out, slow and easy. Exhale, call breath. Let the legs be heavy. Inhale fully. Try to get the breath into each part of the ribs, including the back body. Hold. Exhale. Breathe in. Inhale, 1/3. Halfway. All the breath in, hold. Exhale, let it go. And now just take an inhale, exhale. And on your next exhale, enter Shavasana, where you let all doing go, all effort go, and just allow yourself to move into a state of being, where you're honoring all that is happening. It's almost like you're beneath the surface, observing, witnessing, being with whatever presents itself. Let your body relax, get the healing it needs. Allow your mind to calm down, so you're able to tap into a greater source. As you shift into Shavasana, I'm going to allow you to be here for as long as you need. It's always nice as we come into a more connected place to say a prayer for the world. And may we all learn our lessons fast enough to get through this safely and come together as a greater community afterwards. Namaste. Please leave your questions, comments below. Tomorrow will be another practice and another day.